How's it going, everybody? If you are a business owner, CFO, executive, or somebody within a business that handles the commercial insurance, then this video is for you. Today I wanted to talk about some of the basics around one of the most important insurance coverages for your business, and that is general liability insurance. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Brian. I'm an independent insurance agent based here in the state of Michigan, Metro Detroit specifically, and I work with businesses on their commercial insurance programs, as well as helping families and individuals with their personal insurance, their home, their auto insurance as well. My goal with this channel is to pass on a little bit of educational information to you so that you can make more informed decisions around your insurance, and then overall help answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it. And before we get too far into the video, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, useful, anything like that, please feel free to like, share, pass it along with anyone else as well. So what exactly is general liability insurance? Essentially, it helps protect your business if you are ever held responsible for causing property damage or bodily injury to somebody else. For example, if a customer or a visitor slips and falls at your facility, or if you're a contractor and you accidentally damage a client's property while you're working on the job site. General liability insurance can help cover the cost of the medical bills, the repairs, if there's any sort of legal fees due to a lawsuit, and then any potential settlements or judgments as well. And just as important to note is that it does help with the legal defense costs, even if you are not found liable. And this can obviously be a huge help for businesses of all sizes. General liability policies will also typically include coverage for products and completed operations liability. And this protects your business if a claim comes up after the work you've done is completed or after a product you sold is out in the public. It's a very important coverage and part of a general liability policy, but depending on your business type, sometimes this coverage can be excluded. So it is definitely something worth double checking to make sure that it is included on your policy, especially if you are maybe considered a more higher risk type of business, type of operation. So who needs general liability insurance? Just about every business out there will need this coverage. Whether you run a retail store, a manufacturing facility, or are a contracting or construction business. General liability insurance is almost always going to be the base of your commercial insurance program. Now, how exactly is the cost determined? There are a few main factors. First is going to be the type of work you do or the products that you sell. Every insurance company will have a class code for your operations and then a rate associated with that class code. And this rate can be different from one insurance company to another. And then next is going to be either your revenue or sales or your annual payroll. And depending on the type of business you run is going to determine whether the insurance company goes based on your payroll or your annual sales. Then other factors like your business's location and your claims history also play a role in how your premium is determined. And overall, with this coverage, businesses in higher risk industries such as manufacturing and construction are typically going to pay more than office-based businesses. Now, as far as the coverage limits go for this policy, most standard policies will typically start with $1 million per occurrence and a $2 million aggregate limit. This means that the policy would cover up to $1 million for a single claim and up to $2 million for all claims in a single policy term, which is typically 1 year. And it's also important to note that depending on your situation, depending on the type of clients that you work with, maybe the contracts you have in place, or maybe certain landlord requirements, you may need to carry higher limits. And oftentimes the most affordable and simplest way to increase the amount of liability coverage is through an umbrella policy. But some people do prefer to actually just increase the coverage limits on the specific general liability policy itself. And now a few other quick important points that are definitely worth noting. First is that a general liability policy is not a catch-all for all claims. It mainly covers claims related to third parties. So think your customers, your clients, vendors, the general public. And it does not necessarily cover things like employee injuries, damage to your own property, or professional mistakes. This is where your business would need certain other coverages like workers' comp, property insurance, professional liability. There are other situations as well that your business might need coverage for besides just those, so it is important to understand the actual risks and exposure that your business does have and certain coverages that you might need to have in place. At the end of the day, general liability insurance is one of the most basic but critical coverages that your business can have in place as far as insurance goes, and it is typically fairly affordable compared to the risk of not having the coverage in place. So thank you for watching, and if you are looking for help with your general liability insurance or commercial insurance program as a whole, I would love the opportunity to work with you and see if our team can help. There are a lot of ways to get a hold of me, and they should all be in the description below. Please feel free to text, call, email, fill out a contact form, whatever is easiest. And if you have any other questions about insurance, please feel free to either reach out directly or leave them in the comments below. I would love to help answer those as well. So thank you again.